Concussion is like any other injury in sports. 99.9% of our concussion injuries fully return back to sports. My name is Dr. Chris, and I'm an upper cervical chiropractor with Pinnacle Family Chiropractic. Our youth athletics are becoming more advanced than they have ever been, with advancements in technology, equipment, training, and the speed of the game. This is creating the potential for our children to sustain injuries at a higher rate. One of the hardest injuries to realize as a parent can be a concussion type injury. Many times, symptoms may not present themselves right away and may start 12 to 16 hours later. It is important to realize what types of incidents can cause this injury. Oftentimes, we think of the one hard hit, the blind side, the helmet-to-helmet blow, but oftentimes it can be the repetitive trauma of tackling and being tackled, the head moving and coming to a stop rapidly. The helmet protects the brain from external trauma, but inside the brain is still floating. There are a few telltale signs that may indicate a concussion, such as headaches, dizziness, memory difficulty, nausea, balance problem, noise or light sensitivity, and personality changes. The brain performs many functions, and a concussion can affect things such as memory and emotions. It can also affect the way a person interacts with other people or sleeps. We want to make sure that we protect the brain and the nerve system as best as we can. When it comes to treatment of concussion, there are three main pillars that we want to focus on. The first is early access. The quicker we see an individual in our office, the quicker it's going to get better. The first 24 to 72 hours are crucial because it allows us to reduce the inflammatory response and open up the neurologic pathways. We really want to be dictating that treatment recovery process as early as possible. The second is seeing someone who is trained in dealing with these types of injuries and knowing if the injury requires a trip to the ER. There are certain signs and symptoms that may suggest a more serious brain injury, such as loss of consciousness, extreme agitation or disorientation, or a very severe headache, and they should be taken to the emergency room for further evaluation. The third is realizing that concussion is a very manageable and treatable injury, where people return back to normal life and activity with proper treatment. If you feel like you or your child may currently be dealing with any of these symptoms, or has had a concussion injury in the past, we would love to see you. Come into the office, let us do an evaluation, and let us make sure that the brain and body are working optimally. Our goal is to make sure that everything is communicating properly and that recovery happens quickly.